What up, Tube? This is my. Let's say this. This is my opinion on private school versus company-sponsored schools. I, as y'all may know, went to a private school. I had to come up with $1,500 for them to finance me, which was not easy for me. I do not have it like that. I don't just have $1,500 to blow. I had to save, I had to borrow. I had to do what I had to do because that's what I wanted. My school was 3 weeks. It got me the basics that I needed to know to get my CDL. Great school, Daly's truck driving school. If y'all are in the Atlanta area or North Georgia area, then I highly recommend that school. It's 10 hours a day. I was able to come home at 5 o'clock, be with my son and my wife, off on the weekends. So that suited me. I feel like it gave me a better option of picking the best company for myself. That's what I feel. I was able to pick a company that pays me 40 cents a mile. That's good money starting off. It's real good money starting off. It also does a tuition reimbursement. 90% of these companies do a tuition reimbursement. They're paying off my loan. That $88 a month, they're paying that off. And they're paying off everything that I had to come out with out of pocket. So I basically get my CDL for free. As long as I stay with this company until they pay it off. I don't have to stay with this company. I don't have to sign any contracts. I can leave at any time. But whatever. I'm going to get my year experience anyway. Why not stick it out for a year and get my experience and get my school paid for too? Now with a company-sponsored school, not Prime. Prime's a different story. Prime was my second option. These other company-sponsored schools, you're still paying for your CDL. You're just paying for it in a different way. That's how I looked at it. You're getting 32 to 34 cents a mile, and you're locked into a contract for a year. You're paying for it by working for a lower cost than what you could going to a private school. Whatever suits you the best, you got to do what you got to do. If you don't have the money to come up with, then go to the private school. I would suggest, if you don't have the money to go to a private school, going to Prime. Prime was my second option. It's a 3-week class. You get a few days to get your CDL permit. They do the classroom and they get you your CDL permit. After you get your permit, then you go out with a trainer for such and such miles. They'll front you $200 a week. Hear what I said? They will front you $200 a week at that time. Once you come back and test out and get your CDL and you go over the road and you're making money with your trainer for another 40,000 miles, then you're getting that 600 minimum, or 12 cents a mile, or whatever it is, whatever's more, and you're paying them that $200 back, or however much you took out. You don't have to take the $200. If you got money, then I wouldn't. Then After that 40,000 miles, you come back, you test out, and you get put in your own truck. If you're gonna do company, it's 43 cents a mile. Great money. Great money. Just coming out of CDL school, that's great money. But you have to drive a lightweight truck. Lightweight truck is just a smaller version of these trucks. It's driver and passenger seat, and the bed's right behind it, butted up against the back of the seats. You got a little overhead storage, and that's about it. If you don't mind that, then that's the way to go. That was one of the things that made me know. That wasn't one of the things that made me. I would have drove a lightweight truck. I'm not in it for the amenities. Whatever. I would have did that. I could have looked past that. What held me back from going to Prime was through the training, from training start to finish, and then getting your own truck. It would have been roughly about 5 months, give or take, before I could have came home. That doesn't suit my situation. I got a 3-year-old son, a beautiful wife, and which y'all get to see soon. I'm going to interview her. But I couldn't stay away from them for 5 months. A lot happens in 5 months. A lot of things change in 5 months. I don't want to miss that much of my son's life. My situation's different though. My wife makes money to support the household, and everything that I'm going to be making is going to be future money. Retirement, college fund, another car. We are a 1-car family right now. That's rough. Yeah. So Prime is a good. There's nothing wrong with going to a company-sponsored school. If that's what you have to do, that's what you have to do to get in the game. Get it. Do it. Do you. My situation was different. There was things I was willing to do and not willing to do. Yeah. That's why I picked a company that I didn't have to be out with for 3 weeks at a time. This company, I get to be home every weekend if I want. I can stay out if I want, or I can come home every weekend. Which is great for me. Works out for my situation. Everybody's situation is different. Neither is wrong. Neither is wrong. Whatever you got to do. I will say I did have more options, and if you have the money, companies do tuition reimbursement, so you are coming out of pocket in the beginning, but it's all getting paid back to you. And I heard at Prime, I watched a couple videos on the Prime training and shit, and there's some success stories out there, if you will, and then there's some horror stories. I hear that they have like 150, 180 people at orientation at a time, and you gotta wait for your trainer, and some people don't get trainers right away, and you gotta wait in a hotel room. But if you want it bad enough, I guess you'll deal with whatever you gotta deal with. But that's just my opinion. Y'all stay up. Holler at me.